Sometimes he sold rice, sometimes he did labor work, and sometimes farming. He ran away from home 4 times and got nothing but betrayal. But despite this, he manufactured his own car. In the beginning, its price and quality were so low that the world made fun of it and forced it to flop. It was as if it had become used to climbing up and falling back on the ground several times, and this habit made it so strong that finally this boy became a flatterer. World's 3rd largest car manufacturing company, Hyundai's Nazreen Chung Ju-Yung was born in 1915 in a village named Tongcheon in Korea. This village is present in North Korea today. At that time, the whole of Korea was one country ruled by Japan. Chung was the eldest of his 7 siblings, and due to poverty, the whole family worked in the fields. Chung had to leave his home at the age of just 14. Due to poverty, he had to leave school and started working in the fields with his parents. He used to work in the fields all day but could earn so little that despite working, he had to sleep hungry many days. This situation forced him to think whether he could spend his whole life in this condition. He was fed up with his life, and ultimately he ran away from home and went to Kwon City, 100 kilometers away. There he started working as a laborer with construction workers. He used to work very hard but earned less money, but even in this situation he was very happy because firstly he used to spend the money he was earning alone, and secondly he was now free, but this freedom could last only for 2 months. His parents, who were searching for him, reached Kwon and found him and took him back to the village. The happiness that had come in Chang's life for the first time was snatched away from him, and he had to leave again. He was sent to work in the fields, but in reality he had tasted the city life and he did not want to live in the village or in the fields again. After that he tried to run away twice, but was caught and came back to the village and started working. One year the crop was very less and there was food shortage in the whole village. The situation reached such a point that he had to remain hungry for many days. Chang thought that now it was enough. He would not stay here under any circumstances. Now he started planning to run away from home for the 4th time, and this time it was his last attempt. This time he ran away and reached Seoul City, which is the capital of today's South Korea. It was as if he had made it his life's purpose to leave the village and settle in the city. Then he did any work, no matter what work he had to do. After coming to Seoul, he did not leave any work. He worked as a laborer in construction work, worked as a factory worker, and even did cleaning work. He had one quality, that whatever work he did it with full dedication and hard work. After some time, he got a job of delivering rice at a rice shop. He started delivering rice to people's houses on his bicycle. Due to this, the shop sales increased a lot and the shop owner was happy and made Chang the shop's manager. This was his first job in which he did not have to do any kind of labor. And within no time, he increased the shop sales to a great extent. Meanwhile, the shop owner fell ill and was not able to run the shop. So, he sent Chang to his shop for a small amount. The boy who ran away from home 4 times to work in the fields became the owner of his own shop at the age of just 22. He worked very hard at his shop, and within a short time, his rice shop became the best shop of the area. He was very happy, but during that time an incident happened and his small happiness was about to turn into sorrow. July 7, 1937, on May 10, 1899, a Japanese soldier disappeared somewhere near the Marco Polo Bridge, and to find him, the Japanese soldiers asked for permission to search in China. But when China refused to give them permission, a clash broke out between the two, which is known in history as the Second Sino-Japanese War. This war over a small issue continued for the next 6 years, and due to this, there was a severe shortage of rice in Japan and Korea, because Korea also had a large army of Japanese Imperial Army at that time. Due to this, the Japanese government took over rice shops in the whole of Japan and Korea to meet the shortage. Chang's rice store was also included in these stores, and now he became unemployed once again. His 2 years of hard work and his savings were all multiplied by 0, but Chang did not give up. He now started looking for a job that could not be taken over by the Japanese army. He shortlisted many ideas and finally decided to open a car repair shop, but the problem was that Chang did not have even a little money to start this business. He took a loan of 3,000 rupees and started a new business by the name of Edo Service, but the exact opposite of what he had thought happened. It is said that trouble does not ask before coming. Suddenly a fire broke out in the new garage. The garage and all the cars parked in it were engulfed in fire. Chang took the loan, and the responsibility of all the losses fell on Chang. This time Chang was in a big trouble. He had to pay both the loan of 3,000 rupees and the loss of customers. But he did not have the courage. Once again he took a loan of 3,500 rupees. He opened the garage again and slowly managed to cover all the losses. Now he focused on the growth of the business. For the next 2 years he kept progressing. He started giving jobs to people in his garage. 70 to 80 people started working for him. He had progressed so much that he called his whole family from the village and settled them in Seoul City. But again a test was looming. At that time the World War was going on, and Japan was also a part of this war. Japan needed workshops to make war equipment, and that is why the Japanese government started taking control of the workshops as well. Though Korea again the Japanese government took control of Seoul, but this time Chung did not go broke because he had learnt from the loss he had suffered the last time and had saved up savings of 50,000 won, so that he could start another business. After a short time, the World War ended, and with it, the Japanese rule over Korea also ended. The biggest obstacle in Chung's path was removed. Korea was now divided into two parts, North Korea and South Korea. As soon as the situation became normal, Chung came back to Seoul City in 1946 and started a car repair business again. This time with a new identity and a new name, he named the business Honda Auto Service. This is a Korean word which means modern. Now Seoul was a part of South Korea, which was influenced by America. American forces were often present in South Korea, and Chung saw that the American army needed a lot of money to house the American forces. He wanted to get buildings constructed. He thought that if a construction business is started, then a lot of progress can be made. That is why in 1947 he formed a construction company named Hyundai Civil Works. Initially, the construction company used to get work of constructing small houses or building roads of a few kilometers, which is enough for any new business. But Chang wanted to get big projects, but the circumstances once again put a brake on his thinking. On June 25, 1950, with the support of Soviet Union, North Korea attacked South Korea. Seoul City was close to the border of North Korea, so Chung felt threatened and fled from Seoul to Busan. But this time too Chung did not lose courage. He assessed the situation and started thinking of a scheme to earn profit from the war situation. He saw that the U.S. Army had come to help South Korea, and tents, warehouses, and some buildings, etc. were needed for the residents of the Army. Yung started the construction business again and offered to the American officials that if the budget was right, he could provide any kind of construction service. Because America was a superpower and budget was never an issue for them, the American officials started giving orders to Chung's company. Yung and his team worked hard day and night to complete every project. The advantage of this was that the war ended, but a good working relationship had been formed between the Americans and Chung. Because Chung was close to Arik, Chung and South Korea became close. A good relationship was also formed between the two Korean governments. Many roads and bridges were destroyed in this war. The South Korean government gave the projects for their reconstruction to Chung's company Hyundai. The company had progressed so much that mega projects like dams were also built by this company. South Korea's biggest dam Soi was also constructed by Hyundai, and the biggest Cebu Expressway there was also the achievement of this company. Chung had a good relationship with the South Korean government, and the Americans also liked him. That is why he could easily import the heavy machinery used in construction from the USA. Due to good relations, he used to get the contracts first. The construction company was already established, but Chung wanted to get back into his old car business. This time he thought of doing something bigger than car repairing. In 1967 he started Honda Motors Company, and very soon he entered into a partnership with Ford Company. Ford's Kona car was famous in the market at that time, so he made an agreement that he would assemble the Kona car using Ford's technology. But South Korea's car market was very small. According to an estimate, the market was only 30,000 cars and the chances of growth in it were very less. So he started looking for a new partner and soon formed the MITS.AC car company. But as we told earlier that South Korea's car market was very small at that time, so there was no chance of much growth there. USA rejected this car. Chung did not give up and made further improvements in the car, and finally the bill met the standards and it was launched in USA as well. Now the profit of the company had reached the sky because his business had now spread from South Korea to USA. Due to its low price, people started making fun of it, saying that it flopped badly. Not giving up, Honda started working harder and started introducing new models along with its engines and parts. These new models started making a name in other countries, including America. This time their quality was also good and they were affordable too. That's why the customers were also happy with them. Soon, H started being counted among the world's biggest car companies. Chung Ju-Yung, who started his journey with rice, had now become the owner of a successful multinational company. Due to old age, his health was not the same anymore. That's why he took retirement and handed over the company to his sons. Chung died in 2001 and left behind the world's third biggest car manufacturing company. But there are some facts related to H that you may not know before. The logo of H is made up of the first character of H. The company does not reveal the name, but it is two men shaking hands, one a company representative and the other a satisfied customer present in Ulan.